See, if you consider dating, the overall process of dating, it can be divided into 4 Ds. First is, discovery of people. Then you discuss, then you decide, and finally you do. So the current set of dating apps, they help you with the discovery. Yes, they also assist you with the discussion. But decision and doing or going out for a date is something which they don't help you in. And this is where we come in.
Hey folks, welcome to First Cheque Portfolio Shorts. My name is Tejas, and this is a series where we speak to founders of our portfolio companies so that you get to know the team, understand what they're building, and the problem they're trying to solve. If you like the content that we've been putting out, do like, share, and subscribe so that we can reach more founders and startup enthusiasts like you. Today's very special guest is Navdeep, co founder of Mingout. Apps today help you find a person, a match, but nothing after that. Mingout acts like a wing person throughout the journey, from a match to a date. I had a really interesting conversation with Navdeep, and it was really great to learn about their culture and their plans for the future. Stick around till the end of the episode to learn more.
Hi Navdeep, how are you?
Hi Tejas, I'm good. How are you?
I'm great too. It's great to have you here, Navdeep. And yeah, let's get started. So my first question for you today is that what problem are you trying to solve as a startup founder, and what problem is Mingout trying to solve?
Okay. So we are into the dating space. And like when we ask this question, like which are your favorite apps or are you satisfied with any dating product in the market? 90% of the people, they will answer as no, because they aren't satisfied with the existing set of dating apps. All these social platforms or dating platforms today, they are just a collection of people and their details. And they are solving more for the discovery and outreach part, not actually the dating part. So I would love to call them matching apps, not exactly dating apps. And how they are connecting individuals is on superficial aspects through a photograph or maybe some bio. So these are very personal stats like your face, your age, your hobbies. As a result, the attention lies on you and your details. But as a person, are you just these details? This is where Mingout comes in. Like, uh, we don't read all the person as just a detail. Coming to the problem again, see, even after matching, you don't tend to get a meaningful conversation out of these apps. There's always a constant pressure on you to maintain a conversation. There is a laborious bit. You can't just start with a hi, right? Because everyone does that. And more often than not, since there is no common agenda before the match, you tend to make small talks again and again. And by the time you tend to even ask out the person for a date, the interest is already lost, right? It's too late. Someone is already bored. There is always a a sex ratio skewness in these platforms. Like you'll have 10% of girls and 90% guys. So you are just one in 10 in the person's match list, and the person has already moved on. The person is already distracted. So these are one of the problems which we are trying to solve through Mingout. We don't want to stop only at matching. See, if you consider dating, the overall process of dating, it can be divided into 4 Ds. First is discovery of people. Then you discuss, then you decide, and finally you do. So the current set of dating apps, they help you with the discovery. Yes, they also assist you with the discussion. But decision and doing or going out for a date is something which they don't help you into. And this is where we come in. We solve for the entire this thing, all four stages of dating. If we go by this, you can say this formula, we tend to help you discover people who have a similar sort of interest. Then we also assist the discussion, decide, and finally the doing part. So yeah, this was the major problem which we thought, okay, uh, enough of these matching apps. Why don't we build an actual dating app? This is how Mingout was born.
That's great, Navdeep. I think every single person can relate to this, in today's generation, relate to this particular problem. Anyway, moving on. So, can you tell us about the solution you're building?
Yeah. So, like I said, are you just a profile with your picture and your name and a bio? No. Uh, Mingout helps you, include an experience. An experience is something you bring along, which you'll be doing when you meet for the first time. Okay. And we want to focus, like position you as an experience and tie you with an experience, so that the process of breaking the ice is done by the experience bit, and you can avoid the tediousness of the small talk, and the setting up of the first date agenda is behind you, because you already know, okay, this is a particular experience which you both are going to do. And experience can be a virtual experience or an offline experience. What I mean by an experience is, say you both are into fitness. There is a new wall climbing place in Chhatarpur, for example, which is called Climb Center. Now, there is an experience listed on the app by the name of wall climbing date at Climb Central. Okay, this is the defined place. What all you are going to do when you go to that particular place. We list down a set of activities which you can do. So everything is planned for you. All you need to do is show up for that particular experience. There is, the entire focus uh, is on the experience, not on you, which actually helps you in, starting off well with each other. No one gets bored, because you both wanted to do the experience bit first, and the pressure of, dating and trying to impress each other for the first time, it is subsided in some extent, or maybe to a large extent. And so, yeah, we also don't say that, we will be giving you soulmates. We want to keep things very simple. Like, okay, you'll have a better first date with an experience tied to you. Where things go from there is all up to you. And we want is you guys to start off a nice note, and that's it. Like, all you need is a little push. That's pretty much how Mingout wants to solve this overall dating problem. On the app, how we do this, like, very simple, 3 steps. You pick a bunch of experiences you would like to go on first date. You are connected to people who, or you are shown people who have shown interest in the same experience. You like them, they like you back. The two of you already have a date over that particular common experience. It's that simple, no complications at all.
That's an amazing solution, Navdeep. And can you tell me about the progress Mingout has had so far?
Yes. So, we started this. It was a pen and paper idea back in 2020 during lockdown, and we actually formalized it last year when we set up the team, the company. Everything happened in the beginning of last year. Since that time, we have conducted more than 1,000 virtual dates on the app itself. So currently, we are focusing more on the virtual bit because of the the COVID situation. We have tied up with 15 to 20 experienced vendors across Delhi NCR. That's where we are based out of. Uh, but the focus is more on the virtual bit as of now. And you can say like we even experimented with the revenue bit over this Valentine's week. So we conducted a Valentine's week fest on the app itself, wherein there was a known artist performing on a daily basis on the app. Artists like Rahul Dua, Munawar Faruqi, Avanti Nagral, Lisa Mangaldas. These are the sort of people who came and performed on the app, and people joined in those events, and they were live matched during those particular events. And like people who got a date, they were able to watch that particular show of all these artists together in a private date room. I can't show the screens, but I would definitely love to, showcase all the screens, like how the event was conducted. So we have currently grown into a team of 20 people. We stay in one apartment, work in day in and day out, and we are, trying to bring new changes on a daily basis. Of these, 1,000 dates which we have conducted on the app itself, 500 dates happened during 2022 only, starting Jan. And of these 500 dates, 10% were paid users, and we had a retention rate of 25%. So people are coming again and again to attend those events, to match with people, vibe with people. So it's sort of a vibe check. All these the virtual events, like you tend to know, okay, whether I am vibing with that person. If yes, then there is an offline date which can be planned. So this is something which we are bringing in very soon. We are also, making some foray into metaverse. Like since like we conducted the first ever metaverse date on Valentine's Day itself. It was in third-party platform on which the date was conducted, but the output of it was phenomenal. It was such an immersive experience, like you being in that particular 3D environment, how you interact with each other. It tends to tell a lot about you as a person without actually showing your video or your face. It's like your avatar and your data's avatar are interacting with each other, uh, which is a very uniquely Indian solution to an Indian problem. See, in India, as far as dating is concerned, people they are quite hesitant, in approaching or asking out other folks. Whereas in US or in Western countries, the ask out culture is pretty prevalent from decades. So that's why Tinder, Bumble, all these apps, you can easily ask out a person, whereas that is not the case in India. So I believe that with metaverse, you can tend to hide your identity and also get to know about a person in a much more immersive way. So these are a few things which we have been trying, experimenting, and the results are quite positive, and we are quite hopeful of implementing a couple of experiments and make it like a full-fledged product.
That is amazing, Navdeep. So, my next question for you is, can you tell me how you met your co-founders and what is your company culture like?
Yeah, so yes. So how it started was I was a typical corporate slave post MBA, working for one of the top media houses of the country. Like any other bachelor, my weekends were about swiping left and right. I do, if I had to go on a date with someone, I had to swipe at least 10,000 times without even knowing if my interest would match with the other person. And more often than not, the dates, they went into a deadlock because there was no common ground. Luckily, I found the love of my wife, who is my wife now, through one such dating app called Hinge. And it was a quite similar story for her as well. That's how and why Mingout was born. Fortunately, I was also supported by two brilliant co-founders, Devanshu and Harshvi. So Devanshu was my teammate in Times. That's where we worked together. And Harshvi was his colleague, or Harshvi was his peer in IIM Calcutta. So all three of us are from IIM Calcutta.
Amazing, Navdeep. And I totally agree with you that networking is very, very important. So, about the second part of this question, what about the company culture? What is it like?
So company culture, see, uh, like we treat our employees as friends. We stay with them. That's the kind of culture we are trying to build. There has been zero attrition in the past 12 months for Mingout. And like we also tend to conduct surveys, whether the employees are satisfied, they are happy. They are NPS is more than 9 out of 10 as far as employee satisfaction is concerned. And we haven't spent a single dime in team building. It's all organic. A lot also, credit should be given to Harshveet. He himself is an influencer on Instagram with a 500,000 following there. So a lot of people, they are themselves approaching up. So there's a kind of brand equity we have established as a company among our like TG. A lot of our users, they keep suggesting ideas, things to us. We have onboarded a few agencies like say one of our user, he owns AR/VR platform. So we are trying to and he himself approached to help us out, and we are trying to integrate his platform into our app. uh, we have been doing TEDx talks in colleges, building college presence. So yeah, there have been a lot of creators, a lot of vendors who are valuing Mingout as a brand over competitor brands, which is resulting in a very stronger team building. And we work as friends, not as a boss or a manager and then employees. No, we are all friends trying to achieve something unique, something big.
That's really, really nice, Navdeep. So, my last question for you today is that every single startup founder, has
Hmm.
this real moment in his life where he just stands there and he feels that he's doing something cool, he's building something cool. And I'm sure you've had that moment. Can you tell us about that particular moment?
Yeah, so as I mentioned, like I found my wife on one such dating app, and we were equally frustrated with our experience on all these apps, like too much swiping and too much small talk, and which is leading to nowhere. So that was the eureka moment. Why dating as an industry? I was very low on confidence at one point of time in my life, and I would definitely want to give it to these dating apps that I was able to increase my confidence. And I didn't have an idea, okay, I'll be, working on a product which is trying to solve a problem in that particular industry. But I think this topic or this industry has always been very close to my heart. Thinking I actually didn't thought that I'll be becoming an entrepreneur, but I think it happened automatically. I guess it's in my genes. My father is a businessman, so I have always been risk averse. So finally, I got bored of making PPTs, met Kriti, and finally we thought, okay, let's try to do something. And she also kept me pushing, and here I am, like with 3 years, almost 3 years in the making, and with shitloads of learning. Yes.
That's great, Navdeep. That's awesome. And it was really, really nice talking to you, really insightful as well. And thank you for coming here today.
Yeah.